This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
To all of our viewers, listeners, and welcome to INCRadio Texas Satellite Studio. Right now, it is 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time and 10 a.m. Philippine Time. We are in the local congregation of Edinburgh. Okay, so shout out to all of the brethren in the local congregation of Edinburgh. And I am Sister Henny Byron. I'm going to be your host for today. I'm going to ask all of our panelists to introduce themselves, starting with Brother Dave.
Hi, my name is David Santamaria. I'm the eldest child. I'm Daniel Santamaria. I'm the youngest child.
Hi, my name is Sister Kyla de Dios. I am the youngest child out of 3 siblings.
No, I'm Sister Nan de Dios. I am the middle child of 3 siblings.
Hi, I'm Sister Robbie. I'm the eldest child of 4 siblings.
Hi, my name is Sister Elizabeth Red. I am the 3rd of 4 siblings.
Wow, now I love that. Our guests over here tonight, let us know if they were the eldest, the middle child, or the youngest in their household, because we have a very special topic tonight, this evening, and we are going to talk about sibling dynamics and everything about having siblings. Okay, so if you are tuning in from Houston, if you're tuning in from San Antonio, Edinburgh, or wherever you are in the world, make sure to join us in our hashtag challenge. So just comment where you're tuning in from. So we are right now, again, tuning in from Edinburgh, okay? So our question of the night is actually fill in the blank. So something I'll never forget about growing up with siblings is blank. That is our sibling thing, okay? So basically, what is your sibling thing? What's something special you always did with your siblings growing up? Or what makes your sibling dynamic unique? Okay, so if you're an only child, still let us know. What it was like growing up with your friends, your cousins, or even your loved ones. Okay, let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure to read those out throughout the show. Okay, so to start our topic tonight, we are going to have a small game called Who is More Likely? So we're just going to ask questions, and we're going to have all of our sibling peers answer the questions. Okay, so our first question of the night is, who is more like mom or who is more like dad? Okay, so we're gonna start with Brother Daniel and Brother David. You better. Hopefully your mom's over here.
This is my mom. I think looks-wise, I resemble my mom more, and
I see that.
I think also academic. I don't know about that. I guess with church duties, I also kind of resemble my dad a little bit.
How about Brother Daniel? You resemble.
A lot of people have told me I look exactly like my dad when he was younger, even now. And my mom definitely says I am like a carbon copy of him. So I think it's pretty obvious.
Okay. How about for you, Kyla and Janine?
I definitely think looks-wise, I resemble my dad. People who know me and my dad have said that I am a carbon copy. I think I have a story of when I was first born. The doctor knew my parents, and it was a C-section, and when I first came out, they were like, "Wait, this is exactly like Angel." It's my dad's name, so I definitely think looks-wise is my dad.
Even though looks-wise, she looks more like her dad, I think in her personality, she's definitely like my mom's. Like my mom's like mini her. Like she's definitely got like
She's more, her personality.
Very extroverted, very friendly to other people. I think in that sense, I do resemble my dad a bit more, very more like, introverted, more reserved. So,
you know what though? I think as you've grown up, you do resemble a little bit more Mama. Yeah, because she used to be like, because like when she was younger, she used to be really introverted. But I think as she grew up, like I don't know if it was college or maybe moving to another city, but it kind of made you branch out more, and you were able to. I don't know. You became more extroverted. I definitely noticed.
Okay, how about Ate Robbie and Ate?
I think I'm more like our dad. He's more quiet and more reserved.
I agree.
And our mom is more like our other siblings. The other two siblings are more like our mom, like our dad.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. So I don't know if you agree.
I agree. I think personality wise, traits and
Mhm.
characteristics, we're more like our dad.
Yes.
But looks wise, we always get told our mom
Our mom.
looks like our sister. So
Yeah.
I think that
Even though the
Wow.
boys is
Yes, the
all
boys.
grow pretty much the same.
yes, you can't tell.
Yeah.
If you're on the phone talking to my mom, you can't tell if we switch the phone.
The difference. Okay, so to our next question, who is more likely to take forever to get ready? Ate Robbie and Ate. Between
Probably
you two. Not like a third born thing. I think for my
She has all the time.
Klein is the one.
Probably.
I think
that
the
is
same.
our
child, and I think the longest for
So
Yeah.
I take a little bit longer.
And Daniel's just like ready and
One
I
minute?
take like 10 minutes to get ready, so that'd be a lot shorter than my brother.
Okay, so for the next one, who is more likely to plan for a trip?
Neither of us. My mom, yeah.
Ate Robbie.
Definitely. She's way more organized than I am.
Just a little bit more. I feel like I have a bunch of plans, but there's no like set order. I try, like I'll try to like have times, but then it never meets up, and I'm just like, okay, as long as we get to the places, you know. But yeah, I
Exactly.
think
How about for you?
Probably Beth has more organized.
I'm a planner.
She has
She's the
the
teacher.
checklist and everything.
That's very interesting because a lot of people think that if you're like the eldest, you would want to like take like responsibility with all the planning phase. No, okay,
No,
that's very interesting.
when no one steps up.
Yeah.
Then
Um,
yes.
but
Then others
naturally,
steps
you
in.
would step up.
When it comes to planning, I love to plan.
Oh,
that's
it would
her
be
thing.
first.
Okay, this next one, I want to hear what you have to say. Who is more likely to avoid household chores?
That's a good question.
Moving on.
I don't like this question. Let's skip it.
Okay, we'll skip it for Daniel.
I like that.
Ooh.
it's not avoiding though. Sometimes you just forget.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, forget.
How about for you, Bob?
I don't know. We both like to do chores.
I don't like to.
We are-
Wait, I heard Daniel has to take the trash out, and then David. Is that like a
Yeah.
set thing?
It's a set thing. I've tried to like reverse it, but they don't want to.
They just like to keep their.
Yeah, they want to keep their assignments.
they like the routine.
This one's kind of. The next question is kind of sweet. Who is more likely to say sorry first after a fight?
Thank you.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Aw.
He doesn't like to admit he's wrong. Oh, only try.
Maybe sometimes I feel like it's like different way of saying sorry too. Like maybe David doesn't like to vocally like just say
I
it.
think,
but
yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
However you.
I don't know. We don't really have that many fights, but I think when we do, neither of us is sorry.
You say it differently. Show
Yeah,
it
no, exactly.
differently.
We don't verbalize it.
It's a thing in my family. We don't like verbally apologize. It's mostly just show things like through action, saying that. So it's kind of difficult for us to like physically say I'm sorry. But it's something that I think both of us have been working on.
Because for my family, at least, my ate, Well, if you are a listener and you don't know what ate means, it just means older sister in Filipino, and kuya means older brother in Filipino. So my ate, she doesn't say sorry. She does, but she likes to cook for us. You know, so like if it's or like she wants to go out and like if there's like a misunderstanding or fight, she just says go eat. I made food, and that's like a way of saying sorry. So we accept it like different dynamics in the relationship. How about for you, Paul?
I don't really remember because we have a very large age gap. So I don't remember. No, we've never fought. No, not us.
Are there like so do you have siblings that you like fight with more?
Yeah, like petty fights.
I think that's normal for like sibling relationships to like have these like arguments sometimes. But as long as we say sorry or like make up with them, then it's good. Okay, so thank you guys for letting us take a look at your sibling dynamics and get to know you a little bit. But right now, we see that some of our viewers are already answering the question of the night, or they're showing their participation, their greetings. So we're gonna ask Brother Daniel to read those. Brother Daniel.
So from Orange County, California, Ade Macadang says, "Hi po, shout out to Edinburgh."
Thank you for tuning in from Orange County.
That's very far. Thank you. From Judith Severa, hello po to all our radio hosts, brethren from Houston and Tomball. That's in our district, I believe. I remember correctly. From Brother Iman Bondok, greetings po to Karan and Lauren de Mesa from the Bondok family, Miami District of Caribbean.
Oh, brother from Caribbean. Okay, do you have any more, Brother Daniel?
From Christine Caricativo, her answer was the bunso, which is Filipino for youngest child, if you don't know. For bunso for the win, #humble.
Yeah.
I like that.
You're a bunso. Comment down below. Sorry to you, middle child. Okay. Thank you so much, Brother Daniel. Please keep commenting. We're gonna go back and read all of those comments. Again, our question of the night is something I'll never forget about growing up with siblings is blank. That is our sibling thing. Okay, so we're gonna start with our topic discussion. Since we did mention earlier that if you were eldest, youngest, do you think that your birth order shaped your personality growing up? I'm gonna start with Ate Robbie and Ate.
I think it did.
It did.
Because being the oldest child, I have to step up and take some responsibilities. So I took care of some of my, younger siblings as they were growing up. I was like the little mom. And I remember I was so strict with them. You can't drink Coke. You can't drink soda. I was very strict with them. And I remember they were running around and, but so that alone, I think, has shaped me to be more responsible towards my work and even with my own family.
So the same for you, Ate.
Very similar because, like Ate mentioned, right, we have a big age gap. So being the third, our younger brother, we're very close in age. So it felt like we were two separate, I guess, siblings.
10-year age gap.
So it's like two separate siblings. So with my younger brother, then I felt like I'm the ate and I had to take care of him all the time and things like that.
I think
so. Then that kind of helped, with what Ate Robbie was saying, with being responsible and always looking out for others. That kind of shaped that.
I think that's true too because I was like second or middle child for the longest time, but then after 10 years, we had Fraulein, and my parents had Fraulein. So Klein was used to being the youngest for a long time. But when Fraulein was a little bit older, like she kind of took the responsibility to as an ate, and proud of her for showing her ate side, even though to her being the youngest for a long time. But for you guys,
I definitely think it did shape how I am today. I think that I do like to be taken care of. The youngest child. I think that I'm very dependent on my ates for a lot of things, sometimes unnecessarily. Like for example, if we're like walking our dogs, I'll be like, Ate, can you help me put the leashes on? I could definitely do it by myself. My Ate is here, you know. So I think that's a way that shaped me.
For me, I think even though I am the middle and I've had a good balance of being taken care of and taking care of my sister, I think it did shape me in a way that like I am more. I enjoy helping other people a lot more than I think I might have if I did not grow up with somebody to take care of when I was younger.
How about for you?
Yeah, Daniel, how about for you? Well, I think being the youngest sibling is like the best. So I wouldn't trade it for the world, you know, because I always have someone to look up to and ask questions if I have any. And I have a lot of questions.
Is that true, David? Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Sometimes too many. So I guess, like what my mom said, I have like more responsibility on me to be a good example. And so
Thank you.
I hope he follows too. Yeah.
So since Daniel said earlier he wouldn't change it for the world, do you would you if you could switch places with like any of your siblings, would you not places but like if your birth order, yeah, if you're the roles? No.
No. I think I could be an older sibling. It's very hard.
Yeah, I agree with you actually. It's definitely a lot of pressure. Like what Ate Robbie was saying, even David, like personally, I think as the youngest child, I have a really hard time being assertive. When I'm leading the kids, I have a really hard time being strict. I kind of I talk to them softly, gently, and it's kind of hard to take I don't know take action, I guess, and be strict on them because I didn't grow up doing that.
I wouldn't.
You would.
Me neither.
As much as I know some people say like middle children sometimes are like the ones that are overlooked. For me though, I feel like I didn't really feel like I was overlooked. More like I was okay with like just seeing them like doing their own thing, and I'm just like over here too, like doing my own thing, you know. So I think also that's like one of the stereotypes that I think is not true. Like there are a lot of stereotypes. Are there like any stereotypes with your like birth order, I guess, that you think is true?
I think the oldest is always stereotyped as the more responsible. Probably true.
That's probably true
Probably.
for the oldest.
Do you think it's true?
Okay.
Do you think like because I know the stereotype like when there's large age gaps in siblings, like one obviously takes the role of like of a mother, like a parental figure. Do you think that happened for you growing up? Like were you?
Yes.
Yeah.
it
Yes.
did.
Our aunts were like our second parent.
Mhm.
So my brother and I felt like it was just the two of us, and then we have our aunts were our parents, and then we have our parents.
There's four of us, right? So it's me. I'm responsible for that, and my other sister's responsible for her other brother. So kind of it went like that. As we were
That's
growing.
nice. So it was like pairs.
Yeah,
I can do
yeah.
that. Okay, so another thing, is it true or for the children here, do you think it's true or did you feel like parents are like kind of different for each of your siblings, like the way you were
Yeah.
brought up?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to answer properly your religion?
Probably had more instructions from our dad about how to do stuff. That might be true. A little bit, but it was good.
If you feel like it's different for you and David, if you were brought up like differently.
Oh yeah, they're definitely how do I say it? I feel like they're a lot more lenient with me just because I'm like the youngest.
Have to correct that.
You might expose yourself. Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, also for me, like, I feel like, of course, they're gonna be different because we're different people. Like, even if like it's similar, like the way they parent us, again, we're different people. We're gonna take things differently. So I think it's, it would be good that even if parents are different when they're bringing us up, it's okay that they're more strict or they're more lenient with the younger ones because they kind of already know, like, the parents know best, like they know what's good for their children too, like what's good. So that's that's what I think. How about you guys? Do you think that's the same?
I agree with Daniel, but I feel like it's kind of a different perspective. My mom told us growing up that like with her eldest child, she was more of a helicopter mom. So like she was overseeing every extracurricular she did, like all of her schoolwork. I don't know how she was with you actually. So would you want to expand on that? I don't really remember.
In relation to both you and our older sister, I think she was like our parents were definitely a lot less strict with you than they were with me. But I'm not sure if that's just because you were like you came like into their life like a very like what to call like without calling them like old. Like, cause they were, like, my parents had Kylo and
Surprise baby.
my parents had Kylo, they were like well into their 40s, which is like, not usually when people like, have a kid.
Hey,
So
she was 42.
So it could have been, I don't know if it's because like, she was the youngest or because, they were just, like not as young as they were when they had, me and my ate. But yeah, they were definitely a lot, less strict and more lenient with you than they were.
It can be also like a generational thing, like, but what do you think, since you are now parents too, like growing up and like comparing it to you bringing up your children now?
My parents were very strict with me when I was growing up. Very, very strict. With me and my other sister. So, but with Beth and our other brother, it's different. They were more lenient. They were able to go to was that watching movies with their friends. I was not able to. I was not allowed to do that. Yeah. So, and of course, parenting styles in the Philippines is different from here. You can't just adopt the same. You have to change your how do you say, your parenting styles based on where you are. But of course, Christian lifestyle is always
Always the same.
our guideline, right?
The same with you at the
The same. I agree. And then the same with our children, right? We follow whatever we are taught here, in the church, and that's what we're using really as a basis of how we raise our kids. Not so much as the generational thing, but more Christian values that we follow.
That's really good to hear. So before we wrap things up, we're gonna ask Brother Daniel again to read some answers from the comments.
Okay. So from our minister from Corpus Christi, Archie Talents. Happy birthday to my second oldest sister, Janina from Las Vegas.
Wow. Birthday.
And from his son, LJ Talents. Hi, Brother Daniel. I'm missing you, brother. And from Kaloran Demesa, our Kavran's wife in Edinburgh. Mr. in Edinburgh. Shout out to our Kadio and Booklut live on INCRadio, #Edinburgh. Thank you for the comment. From Castle de Jules, from Washington, D.C. Another answer from Kaloran. Something I never forget about growing up with siblings is bugging my older brother about anything and everything, being the youngest sibling. Yeah. From Tyler Ramos, guy on the left looks so awesome. I agree. Tyler, from Gloria Canlapan, have you viewing from the locale of Clark View, Nah, north. Sorry.
Pampanga North.
And
Okay. All right. One more. One more comment.
yeah, from Sister Gurlene by Ron. Wow. Something I'll never forget as a child with my siblings is playing outside after our afternoon nap and racing back home before 6 p.m. to do our sibling devotional prayer.
That is true. I do remember that. Okay, thank you so much, Brother Daniel, for reading those comments. And for our last question, is going to be for Ate Robbie and Ate Beth. So, what message would you like to give to those who still live with their siblings, or they're still growing up with their siblings now? And what's one thing you think they should cherish the most?
I advise you to cherish this moment that you're together and make good memories. All memories are good, whether you fought or you made up or, those are all good memories because those you'll take with you as you get older. And also to make sure that your kids and their kids will be close together as well. Cousins, your best friends. Yes.
I agree with Ate, right? One of the things we really should cherish is the time that you have together with your siblings, right? Everyone's different. Maybe in your family, your siblings are far, far apart age-wise, and some might be very close in age. Whether it's far apart or not, we really should cherish the time that we have together. And as an advice to those who are still living with their siblings, like we heard throughout the segment today, everyone has a different love language, right? So many, I guess, from here in our group is that many of our love languages here is acts of service. So continue to do that because it does, like we saw from our group today, right? It's something that we remember from years to come. So that's something that we should really continue to do with our siblings. And also as you get older, right, you have your own children, the same, and kind of help build that bond with your children when they have their own siblings.
Okay, thank you so much, Po. And of course, these are only the experiences of our guests today. And we all have different perspectives or, growing up like what we said today. And ultimately, if we learned anything tonight, it should be like what they said, cherish the people around you, your siblings, friends, loved ones, your parents. And thank you again to all of our guests here and to all of our viewers and listeners. Do you have any short greetings?
Shout out to Edinburgh.
Hey. Okay, shout out to the local congregation of Edinburgh and Brother Justin, our host.
All right, thank you so much, Sister Hanny, for featuring us that wonderful topic when it comes to cherishing our siblings with each other, especially in our families, or even if we don't have siblings, to cherishing the things that we have with our other family members. So thank you so much, Sister Hannah, as well as all of our amazing brethren over there in the local congregation of Edinburgh, Texas. And before we wrap up our show, we would like to thank our district multimedia advisor, Brother Mark Angela de los Reyes, our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talents, our assistant district minister, Brother Jody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Carita Divo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andaya, our station manager, Brother Wally Taray, our deputy executive minister, Brother Angelo Arano Vimanalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Paul. And for our viewers and listeners, if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our INC Radio YouTube channel. That's INC Radio DZEM 954. All you have to do is just press that subscribe button and also that notification bell button. That way you'll be receiving all of the updates coming from all of our programs here in INC Radio. And coming after this, we have INC Radio Caribbean. We will see you again here on INC Radio Texas every Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time.